Hi everybody, it's Joseluiz Morales with Remax Gold Coast Realtors. I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen the movie The Big Short, but I just saw it this week and I thought it was a great movie. It sparked up a couple thoughts in my mind. One of the thoughts was that that even though that everyone was going against him in the movie, he was able to look at the numbers and see that there was something that wasn't right in regards to the numbers and what the big banks were projecting in their CDOs. And even though despite everybody was saying like the market's gonna keep going up, the market's gonna keep going up, he knew that based on the numbers it couldn't continue to go up, and he made a decision based on that. And I remember that they said they asked him how he felt about taking such a huge risk, and he said it's not a big risk, and the reason it's not a risk is because I know the numbers. And it led to a couple more thoughts after that. Is a lot of the times when we're making a decision, there's a lot of people that will tell us not to do something, and they don't do it because they want to discourage us. They do it because they want to protect us, and they want to protect us from hurting ourselves or from doing something that might potentially hurt ourselves. So in my career in real estate, I've had multiple instances where I've had clients who are super excited about buying a property, have been pre-qualified, and all of a sudden they open up escrow and they get cold feet for whatever reason. Maybe it's a little bit higher than what they're currently paying in rent. And for what I can think of one instance, and it was when I was starting my career, there was this guy named Jose, and we opened up escrow on a property. In his price point, there wasn't really much inventory, but it was a nice property, fully remodeled. And he ended up getting cold feet because people told him that the market was possibly going to continue to go down, that maybe it wasn't a good time to buy, that the payment was a little bit too high. And at that time, I remember, I think that property was worth like $270 or $275. It was in Oxnard. Now that same property is worth at least $380,000. So it just led to me thinking, like, be careful who we or I get advice from. So there's a lot of people that will offer you advice. A lot of that advice is free, and it's often worth what we pay for it, nothing. So whenever getting advice about buying a house, whenever getting advice about making a big decision, you got to be really, really careful who you're getting this advice from, because oftentimes people will say things to protect you. For example, my fiance's father, one time, I brought him an opportunity. It was a triplex. He was going to make $1,000 a month off residual income, and he decided not to buy it and decided to invest in Mexico. But it was mainly because he was getting advice from his brothers and his family and a couple people that he knew. And when I look back at it, I thought that it was a great opportunity. He's going to make $1,000. Property, had never invested in real estate, didn't understand how real estate investments work, and they ultimately ended up discouraging him from making a decision that I felt was a good decision for him. So in essence, a lot of times there'll be talk about things going on. The things that I got from the movie was, number one, be careful who you're getting advice from. Just because anybody can give you advice. If you're going to get advice about buying rental properties, be sure to get advice from somebody that owns rental properties, that maybe has a large investment portfolio, or maybe an agent that owns rental property and has done it successfully. So if you're going to get advice on marriage, get advice from a couple that has lived a long marriage and they're happily. Don't get you could get advice from somebody who's divorced. I'm sure there's a couple of lessons to be learned. Just be very wary of what kind of advice you're getting from them. So in essence, what I got from the movie was, number one, even though if everyone is saying something is right, make your decisions based on the numbers. So for example, when I invest in real estate, I don't care whether the market goes up. I don't care whether the market goes down. I make my decisions based on how much cash flow I'm making on a month-to-month basis. And I make those decisions based that I have made. Another thing, I'm not sure if it's going. In essence, the second decision that, or the second lesson that I got from the movie was, make your decisions based on the numbers, or make them based on the facts. Don't make them based on what you think that's going to happen, because people can't predict those sorts of things. If you look at the numbers, look at them with ration, look at them from a logical perspective, you can't go wrong. So Jose Luis Morales, I work with RE/MAX Gold Coast Realtors, the Morales Group. We're here to help. We're here to sell a lot of homes. So if you know of anybody that is looking to buy or sell real estate, give them my name, give them my phone number, and I'd be happy to do a good job for them. Make it a great day. Later, everybody. Bye.